Hello, people. Yes, lady. Can you hear me clearly? Amazing. Hello, Navonil. Thank you for turning on your camera. Really appreciate it. If the other peeps can also turn on their camera, it will be very great. I love seeing who am I talking to and just, connect with you. So I would very much appreciate it if you can do that for me. Yeah, moving on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the first time we're meeting in this event. I'm very excited to be among you. My name is Fatimazahra. Judging by the music that's played in the background, can you tell which country I'm from? You can drop in the chat because like I'm sitting in a cafe, so they're playing some music. I'll be waiting for your guesses in the chat. Any other guesses? Eh. Apparently, there's just Navonil in the session, huh? Can't hear the music. Okay, you can judge by my face, for example. I'll get two more guesses, then get going. Just to know you're here, we're talking, Two other guesses maybe? Or no one cares where I'm from? Okay, we got some, I'm not gonna say cheaters, but I think I've met some of you here, right, Drew? Yes, guys, I'm from Morocco. So the music that's played is actually Egyptian. I don't know why they play this music. Just now they were playing Moroccan music. But yeah, I am from Morocco. I am currently from Morocco. This is almost 10 a.m. for me. So like there is some hours of difference between us guys. So I'm very excited to be here. I work with Sumeda. We are in the same team. We work together in the regional office of Tech in Asia Pacific. I work more with operations and marketing, and I help the managers of the programs and marketing in the branches to implement the global strategies and also to coach them. So this is my Instagram in case, I don't know, you wanna connect sometime. So today we will have SDGs workshop. So for the people who are joining here and don't know where you're joining, this is SDGs and the IE workshop. So welcome, welcome. Just to put you in context, this is where we are today. And after this, you will have mentorship session. Then we will have the closing of the day. So just want to know how you are so far. So it's okay if you couldn't guess where I'm from, but I need to know how you are doing and how is your day so far. So just use Zoom reactions in order to let me know what is your mood or like how are you doing. Okay, I have one thumbs up, two thumbs ups and one heart. Five thumbs up, six thumbs ups and one heart. Six thumbs up and two hearts. Okay, that's very good. Thank you so much. Cool, cool, cool. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so another question that demands from you to actually answer me in the chat or like turn on your mics as well. Thank you, Sashenka, for the thumbs up. What do you know about SDGs or like sustainable development goals? What do you know about them? You can say anything you want, like.
Can I go?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, what I know about SDGs are they are just like basic like challenges which the world face as a whole, and we all aim to improve on or find solutions to those challenges.
Very nice. Okay, just now, like, I am in the mood for a guessing game. Although we don't have a lot of comments, but I hope you guys will comment, okay? How many SDGs are there? What is the number of the SDGs? If there are any Isaacers, please don't, don't spoil the fun. Drew, I see you. Thank you so much for not answering. Okay, most of the answers are correct. Yes, we have 17. And what is the deadline that the UN set to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals? Like, what year do they aim? Oh, that was very fast. Yes, correct. 2030. Oh my God, you guys are so smart. Okay, amazing. Now I know who I'm talking to. You see? Okay, let's get started. So, just a couple of objectives and expectations for this space. First, I want you to learn more about the SDGs in a practical way. Okay, so like you're gonna practice. Okay. Second thing is you're gonna work together as a group. So if your group is not here, Sumi is gonna help put you with other people. Okay, don't worry, and you're gonna research and present. So these are just your expectations to know what is demanded from you in this space and what you're gonna be doing. Cool. If you're cool, just give me a thumbs up. I'm gonna be seeing it. So the first step into understanding the SDGs is actually understanding the SDGs. Okay. So what do we need to do in order to understand the SDGs? You need to make sure you understand not only the SDG, like you know the 17 of them, no poverty, zero hunger, na 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 na, na, but you need to know also the targets and the indicators. So each sustainable development goals sustainable development goal actually has a target and has many indicators. So you will need to go to the website of the SDGs and see like all those details in order to understand what you are working towards, not just the name of the SDG, but like the specific indicator and the specific target inside the SDG. Okay. So just a disclaimer, there are some people who call them global goals. So for this session, we will be calling them SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, because that's the name for the public use. Global goals is the brand that is for the UN Foundation. So it's a private, they have like the copyright for that brand. So if you want to use anything, use the SDG logos, but don't use the UN logo for like under any circumstance. So just a disclaimer, because in the groups, like you can use Google Slides, you can use whatever you want to make your research and working space. And then when you are presenting, just make sure you don't use UN logo. Okay, you can use any SDG logo. Cool. Second thing, after understanding the SDGs, understanding their targets and their indicators, is identifying the community needs. So you are living in a community, and for sure there are a lot of problems that you want to solve around you. Pano? Okay, thank you so much for your sharing. Sharing is later, just in case you got confused. So yeah, identifying the community needs is basically understanding which SDG do you want to tackle the most around you. So first is like the questions that you might ask yourself is what are the most pressing needs in your community? For example, it might be hunger, it might be education, it might be equality. I don't know, like what is the thing that you observe around you that bothers you and deranges you so much that you want to do something about it, okay? Second thing is which organizations are working on solving this community needs, okay, like this specific problem, and how can you get insights from them? You don't want to start from scratch. For sure, there are people who already wanted to work on this problem. So how can you utilize the resources that are already there, out there for you to use, okay? Third question is, are you engaging members of the community to understand the needs? For example, if I am studying in a university and I think that my university is not inclusive towards international students, how am I speaking about this and how am I engaging my other classmates in order to stand up for the international students and in order to take active role and actions in order to be more inclusive towards them? So like this is just an example for me to put you in a context. Again, a tip, check some data. Don't hesitate to visit your government website in case there are any statistics or any research or any public documents you can check or public reports, UNDP, UN Habitat, etc. Like just once you identify what is the root cause, like what is the problem you want to solve, you need to go into the root cause. And what's going to help you go into the root cause is actually the data, okay? Third step is to formulate the solutions towards the needs identified. So, of course, you cannot bring a solution to a problem that you don't know of. So once you identify the need or like the problem, I like to call it need, like the need, you bring a solution to it. So once you have the need, you need to identify and formulate the solution. Formulating the solution means speaking of exactly what you're gonna do about it, not just like, um, for zero hunger, SDG, we need to give food. No, giving food is not a solution. What are you how are you formulating your solution? For example, partnering with Electrolux, which is also ISEC partner. We had this project in Malaysia. So we partnered with Electrolux in order to raise more awareness about food waste and I don't know, like recycle, I don't know what. So this kind of thing, like specifically what you're gonna do in order to visualize your solution and make it understandable for whoever is reading it. Cool. So first is these are some guiding questions again. What organizations can you work with to solve the community needs? So like I just gave the example of Electrolux, which is an ISEC partner, but it can be like any organization you can think of. Red Cross, Teach for All, Ministry of Education. For example, in ISEC Morocco 3 years ago, we partnered with Ministry of Youth in order to organize like some initiatives. Second thing is, what is the best way to take action in order to tackle the root cause of the problem? Do you want to just raise awareness because you think people are not aware of this need and don't have enough information and enough knowledge in order to change it? Or you think you need to take action, like, I don't know, plant trees, give classes, I don't know, like based on whatever the need that you identify. And last question is, based on the community needs, who should in the community be the project target audience? Because like you cannot target the whole country or the whole territory. You can have a specific target. For example, for food waste, I want to target primary school students and school students, because like they're the growing generation, they're the future. Like they can make impacts on their parents, they can make impacts in their houses as well with their cousins, I don't know. So like this is an example, but you need to specify who are you targeting, okay? In order for your project to be measurable, you need to have an audience, and you need to have a goal. How are you going to engage this audience, okay? So you can know exactly what is your project about. It cannot be very, very broad. Fourth thing is now connecting with the SDG targets. So once you understand generally what are the SDGs, which was the very first step, now coming to your solution, how are you connecting it to the SDG targets? Remember in the beginning, I said each SDG has different targets and different indicators, and you want to know what you're exactly working on. So this is what you're going to do here. So in order to help you, I just divided it into 3 sectors. So the question is, how do I choose the right SDG target for my project to tackle? SDGs, again, have many targets inside of them. So no poverty is just not no poverty. There is a lot of targets inside of it. Like it's like mini goals in a way, if I'm allowed to say that. So first, if you wanna like tackle the private sector approach, you need to research on SDGs that are CSR focused. Do you know what is CSR? Can anyone tell me in the chat what is CSR? Corporate social responsibility. Correct. Thank you so much for your answers. Yes. So what does CSR serve for? CSR is part of companies. So companies, some companies have this corporate social responsibility kind of, that in a way that they give back to the community, okay? Some of them do it for tax resumption, because if they do it, they're gonna receive less taxes. But like some of them do it because it's genuinely part of their vision, okay? So research for these kind of corporates that have CSR focus, and within this particular organization, build your proposal around first the SDG that you are tackling and also their vision. Like try to connect the three, the need that you have, the SDG, and the vision of the company in order to make sense of the proposal you are making. Second thing, if you have governmental approach, you need to read the strategic plan of your government. Many have the 2030 vision, 2050 vision. Some of them are even aligned to the SDGs, and base your project on the needs of your country. So like how can you portray your solution in a way that it's serving your country, and how can you propose that to a governmental organization, however it is a ministry, or like I don't know how is it in your countries and territories, guys. Lastly, if you are doing a youth approach, analyze the data from, so we have in the past something called You Speak survey from ISEC. I think if you go back to ISEC pages, you can find it and find out which SDGs youth in your country or territory care more about, and create your project around that. So yeah, these are like the 3 categories that I can help you or guide you with. And finally would be defining tangible deliverables. Why? Because a project needs to be smart. Like, you know, I'm gonna write it in the chat. Like, okay, let me remember. I forgot what is S. M means measurable. But yeah, you need to have a measurable project in order for it to make sense. If anyone knows what is the like the full name of SMART, just help me write it. I remember M, which is measurable, because this is what I'm gonna be talking about, and T is timely, because like you need to define the timeline for your project. Yeah. So defining tangible deliverables just help you know where you are heading to, what you are planning to go forward to. Like you're not just gonna keep doing the projects without any objective, okay? So in order to define that, like you need to be taking into considerations the actions that you make in the projects, and also the audience that you're going to interact with. That's why I told you earlier, your projects cannot be general or broad. You need to have specific audience. Okay. So like the first question is, what are the tangible deliverables that will measure your impact in the long term? So how can you make sure that this project of yours or this initiative is actually helping the cause or the need that you wanted to solve in the first place? Okay. For example, a number of students participated in a project workshop by 30th December 2017. So new schools participating in within the projects by 30th of December 2017, and conducted workshop by 30th December of 17. This is just like an example of some targets that you can have. Or the second question that you can have is, are they connected with the SDG targets? So the targets of your project or initiative, how are they connected to the targets that already exist in the SDGs? And which organizations could help you in order to measure it? Sometimes we cannot measure by ourselves, because like, for example, there are some indicators that are more related to demographics and these kind of things. And if you don't have the expertise, or like you're still student, you don't have the means or like the resources in order to measure these kind of things, you might need to partner with an organization that have the expertise to do this kind of measurements. So think of experts upon the issue that already measure the indicators in other areas, and that can assist you to do the same with your projects. Cool. Thank you so much, Palavi, for the explanation. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Cool. So now that I explained to you everything, we have a working time for 20 minutes. And yeah, what you're gonna be doing, I'm gonna summarize. Don't worry, I know I gave you a lot of details, but this is what you need to do. First, understand the SDGs. So when you go into your groups, go like one of you share screen in the breakout, just go through the website of the SDGs, go through like understand the structure of the SDGs, how are the targets, how are the indicators. Don't read through everything, okay? Because like you're gonna tackle one specific SDG, then you can read. Then discuss a bit, identify the community needs. So for example, if ever in the same group, you are from the same country or territory, you're going to agree on one major issue that is happening in your country or territory. But if not, just see what are the similar points between your countries and territories and try to discuss upon that, okay? Third thing, brainstorm solutions. Just remember, in brainstorming, there is no judging, there is no wrong idea. You're just brainstorming until you land on the idea that all of you connect to, okay? So formulate the solutions towards the needs that you identified in the previous step. Then fourth thing, go back to the website of the SDG targets, just put sustainable development goals in Google, you're going to see the website. Connect with the SDG targets of the need that you are tackling. And finally, define tangible deliverables of the initiative or the projects that you're gonna create. So just to summarize what is demanded from you here, this is a practical space to understand what is the use of SDGs in real life. So you're gonna create a hypothetical project that is solving one of the community needs that you are observing. This is a good idea. Thank you so much to me. Cool. Do you have any questions before I send you to the breakout rooms? And Sumi, meanwhile, you can help me creating the breakout rooms, please. So if you have any questions, you can type in the chat or just turn on your mic and let me know. Okay, go, Angela.
Actually, I really got confused. I mean, you just said that we need to choose one SDG goal and like think of the solution and relate to it. But in our case study, like we have been given about the case challenge, which is related to SDG 10, and it already specialized. So I didn't understand like what we are supposed to do.
Amazing. Thank you for your question. So this is a workshop just to get you more familiar familiar with SDGs. So this is not directly a part of working space for your case study, okay? So like this is a general SDG workshop. You can choose any community need that you observe around you, and it can be related to any other SDG. This is not related directly to the case study. This is a workshop to build your more awareness for you practically about SDGs. Cool? So like just go through this process. Don't think about the case study. If you want to make it about the case study in a way you see it more connected to like the need that you identify in your community, it's okay. But it's not only about that. So I hope my clarification is answered your question.
Yeah,
I
thank
saw
you so much.
someone else. You're welcome. I saw someone else raising hand, if I'm not mistaken. If we're cool, you can give me a thumbs up and we can move forward.
If I may just add, I would highly recommend you to use the World Economic Forum's platform, because there you can actually, yes, how do we identify the problem? It's going to be up to you, like the resources that you read and the things that you find that you can work on and your team can have discussions on. I would also recommend you, if you can connect it somehow to the case challenge that you have, but it's okay. The purpose of this workshop is basically to give you hands-on experience so that after the boot camp, you are not lost. And I have created the breakout rooms. I've created the breakout rooms according to your team names. But in case you are the only one who is currently here from your team, we also have a room called open group. So there, the people who are just alone from their teams, they can join and you can have a joint discussion. Okay, we have a question from Celeste.
Sorry. 1 second. Can I just add on to whose question was it? Palavi. So like don't stress yourself about the need. Like it's literally whatever you observe around you. Like for example, you don't think everyone has access to the same quality of schools, or like any issue that you discussed previously with your friends. It doesn't have to be something very structured or something very fancy, just whatever you observe around you. Like that's the goal of this workshop, is like solving the needs that are around you. So don't stress yourself so much of the structure of the need or like the problem that you want to identify. Just had that add on. And yeah, Celeste, you want to go?
Yes, I have a question. I just wanted to clarify, like after coming up from the breakout room, are we going to share any presentation here? Like PowerPoint presentation, or we could just share it through our like some brief ideas about what we discussed.
Okay, you're spoiling the fun, but it's okay. Just kidding.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
gonna show you. No, it's okay. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm gonna show you what you're gonna share about. It's just 2-3 guiding questions, so you're not actually gonna present the whole thing. Okay, I'm just gonna have some group leaders sharing about what you guys created. I will walk you through. Okay, so first, these are some guidelines. Just to help you organize the working space. When you are in the group, assign one timekeeper. So who's the timekeeper? The timekeeper is the person who's gonna tell you, oh, I think we already spent 5 minutes on identifying the needs. I think we need to move to the next step, and things like that. Um, in case you are reading in like websites of World Economic Forum or like any other research, try to divide tasks. Don't read all of you the same place so you don't waste time. And finally, like just do it as a process of research and present to each other first, and then to the main plenary. So what you're going to share about is this: what is the need you identified, and what SDG will you focus on, and what targets in the SDG? Because like, why this question? Because the workshop is about SDGs. So my bottom line in sharing is to know that you understood how to connect the needs around you to the SDGs. Cool? So this is what you're going to share about in case you want to concisely prepare for this. But if you don't have enough time, just go through the process. Don't stress yourself, and we can have spontaneous sharings later on.
Okay.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sumi, for sharing.
Yes.
Then we can go back to here, and yeah, let's start. You can
Okay.
start the breakout rooms and open them for 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Opening now.
Thank you so much for your questions,
Okay.
people.
They're open. Everyone, you can join your teams. And if you're just one person from your team, you can go to the open group.
Is everyone back? Okay, I think everyone is back. I'm gonna share screen again. Okay. Hello, people. Welcome back. Turn on your cameras. How was your group? Did you enjoy? Oh, I have a heart. Thank you, Sele. Sorry, I call you Sele because that's all what I can see, because there is like DIE Innove Sele. So just to not mistake your name, I'm calling you Sele. Celestial. Okay. Thank you, Sel. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sel, for the heart. Okay. Hi, Navonil is on camera again. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Kath, cute picture. Hope to see you in person as well. Cool. So, you know, the drill. You saw this from Tony's slides. Sharon is caring. Tony is, by the way, also our teammate, me and Sumi. So Sharon is caring again. I already told you the questions. So we have 8 minutes left in the session. I would like to take sharings for about 5 minutes, okay? So whoever want to share, just raise your hand or just queue in the chat and let's start sharing now. Okay, go Angela.
Hello, everyone. This is Angela from Team Phoenix. So we have focused on the first goal, which is poverty, no poverty. And so what are the problems that we identified in our community was there is unequal job distribution. For example, it is centralized. All the job opportunities that are really very worth working, they are only in the capital city, Kathmandu. And it is really problematic for those who live outside the valley and outside the capital city. And the next problem in our community was low wage rate. In fact, we get a very, very low payment, and due to which our economy is not prospering. And the third is we don't get the jobs that are in match with our standards. Like there are low standard jobs. Like we have a degree, we have a skill, but we don't get the jobs that match our skill and degree. So that's another problem. So solutions that our team, Phoenix team proposed, Phoenix team members proposed were, the first solution is resource mobilization. It's really very important to utilize the resources outside the valley, along with the valley people, and not be centralized. The next was promoting entrepreneurship. Those people who have ideas and those people who have knowledge of changing the surrounding, changing the society, they should be supported by the government in terms of funding and all. And we have also come up with the idea that we can start with supporting the local businesses. For example, if we just start the idea of, like, if there is any kind of local business which is growing vegetables, the organic vegetables, we can just support them by promoting them, promoting their product, and making a trend of supporting local businesses. That will help entrepreneurs as well as motivate other people to start their own business. And next is generating skill-based training. So those people who are skilled enough, knowledgeable enough, they can start sharing their knowledge and sharing their experiences and help others learn the skill so that they can start by their own to reduce the poverty in their level. And the final and the most effective thing that our team discussed was about CSR, which is corporate social responsibility, that we dealt earlier. So we are thinking that if the organizations that are doing really, really well in our country, if they start a kind of pitching thing for those who have ideas and tell them that we're going to fund your business, but we just will take the shares, or we will just be the shareholders, and we will not make you our employer, something like that. I think it will be a great idea, and all the youngsters will stay in their country and not go abroad, and people will not have to suffer so much because of poverty. That was from Team Phoenix. Thank you so much.
Amazing, Team Phoenix. Thank you so much, Angela, for your sharing. I connect so much Yes, you can applaud her if you like her sharing. I like it so much, and I can relate to a lot of points, and I think many people from a lot of countries and territories can connect to it, because like I graduated in 2018, and I faced a lot of things that you talked about when it comes to the needs in the beginning about, jobs not aligned to what we studied, and jobs not aligned to the skills that we have and stuff like that. So thank you so much for your sharing. This is very insightful. I hope other people who have the same need, or like SDG, are taking notes, and this is gonna serve you later if you want to start your project. Why not? So yeah, thank you for that. I think next one who raised hand was Pallavi, so you can go next. But please try to keep your share within 1 minute, 1 minute 30, so we can have other people share as well. Let's go, Pallavi.
So, hello, the target or the need that we identified was the educational problem, and not specifically the education, but the problem that occurs while you teach, or the problems that education has in specific. So, like, can I please share my screen?
See if you
Can I
have,
please share my screen?
yeah, see if you have the hand. Do you have the button?
Is
Okay.
it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So, this is the map that I just created. I had few things on my mind. Uh, that is what I was wondering. Like, why do we face problems? So the point is, there is no innovation in education. Our education is based on quantity, not quality. There is gender gaps, and the literacy that is, we provide literacy more than education. And when we actually complete our education, there's the education that is provided to us is limited to subjects. It is not, we are not taught about anything about the jobs, or we are not taught anything about the entrepreneurship. So I focused my um, goals here in these aspects. I tried working on it. So firstly is like education needs innovation, and innovation is definitely listed with the science. Science and technology lacks in many developing and developed countries, so we are thinking to promote it by start giving them some funds by the non-government organizations. Therefore, they could be small startups, and they would help the government schools or the people who want to teach and create something innovative out of their products. So the country would benefit in both the ways. Many people would start a startup, and others would get the benefit of it. Next on was the quality basic education. We definitely focus on quantity. How much can we teach? Like, what is the syllabus, and not what the student is learning, or the quality of education. So definitely we need to work upon the quality of education, and for the quality basic education, uh, our team thought of giving students more space and exploring, giving them space to explore who they are first, and not taking exams from the pre-primary classes. Going ahead is the gender gaps, that is between girls and boys, and then if there is any LGBT community person in the school, he or she is treated differently. So for that, we need to have like, there was this one goal I had from the thing in my mind, like there should be unisex washrooms that I believe should be there to remove the gender goals specifically towards the LGBT community. Data literacy and education, like many schools only literate the students and not educate them. Like, I mean, there's no personality development, but only a quantity education. So working upon the personality development, they should have psychologists and give students more space for teaching. Entrepreneurship education, schools should also teach their students about how to take a job and how to start a startup. So that's what my team was thinking, and that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, who was next? I don't know if it's okay. I cannot see your names because it's hidden with. Uh, I don't know if it's Sampath or Sel. Who raised hand first?
Is it me? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But
Sel.
okay, so I will be brief only because apparently I'm the
Thank you
only
so
one.
much.
Yeah, and I don't know where my fellow members. So my team would like to focus on SDG for quality education, and our target audience will be all students in basic level of education. Quality education during COVID-19 it remains is one of the struggles in our country right now, more specifically in rural areas, because not all students do have access to online learning. And for a better picture, I'd like to share to you some statistics about this issue. 45% of Filipino citizens, which is equals to 46 million, and 74% or 34,500 public schools do not have access to the internet. Imagine these mere figures, which is, our students should be learning in this time of crisis. And although there are alternatives that have been created, such as modules, it's a self-paced learning, and parents can go just to the school, and the teachers are just going to give them like answer sheets, and their children are going to answer it. So that's how self-paced learning work. And but it's also important that we highlight the current struggles of every student right now, which is to have a quality education. And with that, it may affect the literacy rate of the entire population of students, which is very one of the indicators of a country's progress. Apart from that, if the literacy rate is low, chances are it may also one of the causes of growing rate of gender inequality. If you're going to work, men can be easily hired, although there are jobs that offer women position, but it offers more opportunity only to women. So that's it. That's only for us.
Thank you so much, Sel, for your sharing. Sorry, guys, I cannot take more sharings because we are already over time, 3 minutes over time. So like we shouldn't delay the agenda more. But please, if you have written sharings, can you just drop them in the chat so everyone else can read them? Can you do that for me, please? Yeah, just copy paste in case you wrote somewhere and people can benefit from your sharing as well. Thank you so much, guys, for your patience. So thank you for the ones who shared. Thank you for the ones who also wanted to share, but we don't have enough time. So sorry for that. So yeah, before we close, just want to remind you the workshop was about, so just to recap your learnings, the workshop was about SDG awareness and what's a hands-on experience for you to understand in reality what SDGs stand for and what kind of needs or like problems exist around you and in your community, in your country or territory, and how can you take active role and actions in order to change it and move towards the targets of SDGs. So thank you so much for attending. Thank you, Sel, for the heart. Thank you for the kindness. I really enjoyed hearing you in this session. I enjoyed sharing with you. I wish we could have had more time, but that's not possible because there is an agenda ongoing. So thank you so much for joining this workshop. Special thanks again to our partners for helping us make this innovation challenge come true. Yeah, thank you, partners, all of you. And just remember, in case you are taking a story on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or anywhere, just tag us and use the hashtag so we can reshare your posts and just stay connected with you. So yeah, you can write anything in the chat before we close this. Yeah, thank you so much, Kath. Thank you so much for joining.